Hi guys, it's me, Indiana Jones, and welcome to another Witchy Wednesday. If you're new, thanks so much for stopping by. Let's take a look and see what I can make with those Dollar Tree pumpkins. And we'll do it with my 4 favorite little witches. I think we have everything we need from the Dollar Tree. So let's get started. As I said, I'm only using Dollar Tree pumpkins. That's right, because you can do marvelous things, like amazing things with Dollar Tree pumpkins if you put your mind to it. You can do even better things with those really expensive pumpkins from Hobby Lobby and Michael's, but again, they're like 19 bucks or something, some of them. The best suggestion I can give to you with any Dollar Tree pumpkin is just paint it. Paint it. And I forgot a step here. I think you see it later on in another video, in another segment. But one of the things I like to do is cover the ridges. The pumpkins are actually hollow inside. Hello. And hello. And there's the little ridge there. And if you cover that with spackle, let it dry and just paint over it, it looks even better. And I think you can see here that I did do that with spackle and I repainted it. Now I'm using these wonderful IOD molds and air dry clay. I am using DAS air dry clay. I'm sorry, I had to look back and see which clay I used. And it is wonderful. It dries within, I would say, a couple of hours. You don't have to wait overnight, but yeah, a couple of hours. But here I am trying to create a very Baroque, romantic kind of pumpkin. As you can see, I painted a very light pale green. It's like a sage green. I didn't want to do pink. I didn't want to do blue. So I thought green would be cool. And green pumpkins are a thing. A lot of different colored pumpkins out there. How do you feel about pastel pumpkins? I've seen a lot of pastel pumpkins out in the stores. So tell me what you think. Are you a purist? Does it have to be fall colors, orange and yellow and stuff like that? Or are you into being a little more creative? Here we are painting my IOD molds after they've dried. For this one, I'm using silver. Again, that's from Folk Art. And as you can see, there's a little peak to a foreshadowing to another pumpkin that is going to have gold. Yes, silver and gold. Silver. No, we're not in Christmas yet. No, can't do that. So anyway, here I am creating the embellishments for my lovely Shabby Chic pumpkins. Oh, I love this. Okay, now I wanted to create some silver roses. And if you haven't seen me do this procedure in the past, it's so much fun. I don't know if you can see the flame. I don't know why it's so white. That makes me think of the song from the Bangles, you know, the eternal flame, or is it burning an eternal flame? Okay, Annie, you get distracted all the time. So what I do is I actually stick the little plastic spoon, and these are, again, are from Dollar Tree, into the flame, and it softens the plastic, and actually it burnishes it. It makes it a little duller in consistency. And I'm going to create silver looking roses for my pumpkin. I've done this before in another video, and here I'm trying to do it very slow. As you can see, I did not speed this up so you can see the process. So the first spoon is going to be our center spoon, and it's going to just look like a bud within a rose, like the inside part of a rose. And then I'm just going to add 2 more petals. I'm going to make these smaller little roses for the outside of my pumpkin, at least 2 small buds, I would say. And look how easy it's like melting, you know, real silver. No, it's not really. I mean, you need a furnace and stuff. This is a lot easier than that, but it's just so much fun. And then look, watch. Woo, flames, flame-o, yes, flame-o. So you know me with open flames, I'm always gonna burn something. My fingers more than likely in this one, but look how cool. All you have to do, I didn't use any glue. All I have to use is melt the plastic and then bind the plastic together to add the petal. It's as easy as that. You do need to use, oh my gosh, what are they called? Needle nose pliers. Yes, needle nose pliers to pull and shape the, you know, the petal, and so it doesn't look like a spoon, but that it looks like an actual a petal. I have seen people make spoon roses, but always with the big spoons. I've never seen anybody do it the way I do it. If you have seen somebody else do it, let me know. But I've been doing this for several years now, and I love using these little spoons. They are perfect to make rosebuds for our shabby chic pumpkin. Now comes the fun part where we get to put all the embellishments together. Now again, for a shabby chic pumpkin, you can do whatever you like. You can add rags to it, you can decoupage, beautiful florals, you can just stick some flowers on the top of it in the shabby chic colors that you like. You know, some of those pale, I don't know, those pale fall colors that people are using. And Dollar Tree has a lot of beautiful pale florals. If you want, you can check out my previous video where I created a very beautiful pastel harvest wreath for my shabby chic wreath. But here I am just adding all of these embellishments. Now I'm using Gorilla Glue as well as hot glue to keep it in place. Here are all the little embellishments that I made with those IOD molds. And now I'm going to add those beautiful little plastic spoon roses. I really love making those. I try to incorporate them in any way I can. I've used them on jars and now using it here for the pumpkin. So I hope this gave you a new idea, a new inspiration for a shabby chic pumpkin for your own home decor. Forgot to mention that I used those IOD molds to even create a new little stem. Instead of using a wooden stem or a styrofoam plastic stem, I created a lovely silver IOD mold stem for my pumpkin. Ooh, I love pumpkins. Well, Maggie, our cottagecore little witch, of course you would love pumpkins. It's perfect for cottagecore decor. Now, I don't know if this is exactly cottagecore. I'm trying to get away with it because, I don't know. I opened one of the pumpkins and I'm like, how can I do this in a different way? So I decided to make a pumpkin stand that's within a pumpkin. I know, it makes no sense. It's whimsical, it's cute, and that's all that matters. I mean, that's, you know, pretty much the rule of law here on my channel is if it doesn't make sense and it's cute, we're going to do it. So that's what we're doing. Yes, I realize it's a little off kilter, but I wanted it to be like that. I wanted it to be like, you know, somebody just carved out a pumpkin and decided to put a pumpkin stand in a pumpkin, which is basically what I did here. So the first thing is, of course, take apart your pumpkin like I did. It's very easy to take apart. You can just use a knife and just pull it apart, pry it apart. It's even wonderful to use it on signs, to use the outer part, you know, the pumpkin, the half, and it's flush against the sign. It's really cute. You know, I'll make one. I'll make one. I've seen other people do it, but I'll make one eventually. Here I am painting the inside. The bottom, of course, is going to be like green, like a dark green. And yeah, and then I painted the rest of the inside that beyond the green a little bit of blue so it would look like a sky. And then here I'm just painting the cutout part of the, you know, when you cut a pumpkin and it's got that kind of yellowish kind of color because it's inside the pumpkin peel, pumpkin rind. What is that? What is the outer part of the pumpkin skin? I don't know. Pumpkin rind, pumpkin peel, pumpkin skin. You guys choose. Tell me which one you call it. Anyway, here I am using, once again, moss. Moss. The moss is back. The moss is boss. It seems like every time I do cottagecore, moss is a part of it, whether I want it to be or not. It looks cool. I like moss. I mean, I like it on my table and on my decor, but not on my floor. Anyway, so after I did that, I decided I needed a little wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow? Wheelbarrow. Yes. Wheelbarrow? Is it wheelbarrow or wheelbarrow? You guys tell me. I'm always asking you questions. You see this? It's interaction. I'm integrating you into my video. Even though you're not here in person, you are, because now you're watching this. So answer below. Is it wheelbarrow or wheelbarrow? I gotta look that up. Anyway, you tell me how you say it. So here I'm creating whatever the heck that is out of popsicle sticks, because we all got popsicle sticks at home. And yeah, and then I'm going to add some moss in there, and I'm just, you know, securing it, putting it together. I'm putting the little feet at the bottom, and I don't know, just making doodads. Just making doodads. Oh, I burned myself. Burned myself again. Every time I lift my fingers really fast from my project, it's basically I've burned myself. So there it is. Look how cute. And then I was going to use the pumpkins from Dollar Tree, but they were humongous. So I took these beads that I actually got from Dollar Tree and I painted little black lines on them. And now I have created basketballs. That's what they look like to me. Little bitty orange basketballs for our purposes. I see them as pumpkins now. See, because I put the little thing, a little, leaf on the top of it. So it would look more like, see, I just grabbed a little bit of moss, stuck it in the top, boom. From basketball with a hole in it to a pumpkin. I see it. You see it now too. Now, let's get this together. I'm creating a little notch. A little notch down. I'm creating a mess, actually. I'm creating a little notch at the bottom of the pumpkin because I want to light my pumpkin. I could have used the Olafus lights. I love the Olafus lights, but they are so long. Again, the Olafus lights, and I will have a link below. They are super long. It has a very long stretch, and I didn't need that much, so I'm using these Dollar Tree little fairy lights. The Olafus lights are the same price, but they give you a lot more lights and they're a lot brighter. But this will do. So I'm just securing the little lights around the edge of that inside of the pumpkin, and that's so that I can glue the copper wire down. There you go. And you won't see it because it'll be covered by the front of the pumpkin. There you have it. Look, I have glued them together, both sides together. There they are. And now, look how cute. Oh, and I burned myself. Look how cute that looks. And now I'm going to use that spackle on the outside. I think, did I use it here? I think I did. Well, I think I put spackle. Oh, I'm gluing down the, get your, oh, my instructions in order. Let's glue down the little cart. I'm not going to even say the word. And now I'm using, I knew I used spackle here. Now you see I'm using spackle to cover that ridge because since I opened it, it was even more pronounced that you can see that there was a ridge in the middle of the pumpkin. Besides that, I need to paint this pumpkin. I also say pumpkin, Punkin. It's pumpkin, pumpkin. But I say pumpkin. I like saying pumpkin. How you doing, pumpkin? And so there, I put that to dry. And I painted the outside, and I'll show you later. I'll paint it. Now I'm taking these garland. It's a green garland, and I painted it with fall colors. I also painted the outside of the pumpkin with the new folk art terracotta paints from Plaid. Plaid, I wanna craft forever. Feels like I'm crafting forever. So there you can see that I took the little leaves and I painted them to look more like fall leaves. Now from the graphics fairy, I got these little graphics because I thought it would be cool to have a pumpkin stand and to have like little posters on the outside of the pumpkin. Now, because I say now a lot, now, because I have that little lights set in there, I needed to hide it. So I took this, it's basically it's a ribbon roll from the Dollar Tree. Without the ribbon, I already used the ribbon. And I didn't put it in the middle because I wanted it to, I needed to balance it. So there you go. There's the open pumpkin with the pumpkin stand and the lights. And as you can see, I added another little sign at the bottom of the pumpkin stand. And here I am just adding those beautiful fall leaves, which I colored. They were green, but just like Mother Nature, I colored them with the beautiful autumn colors of gold and red and orange and leaving a little green so you can see it. And there you have it. Look at our little stand. I love it. I hope you do too. This is my nightmare. I'm going to say that, yeah. Oh, come on, Rain. It's not a nightmare when you are creating pumpkins with me. I mean, look how easy this is. So, coincidentally, Dollar Tree now has black pumpkins. That's right. We have black pumpkins and white pumpkins now. It's wonderful. It's an equal opportunity pumpkin store, that Dollar Tree. Here I am testing out an IOD mold that I recently got, and it made this like beautiful wreath. And you know, my dark academia is going to be themed with black and gold. It's going to be very Baroque, very kind of classic and romantic and stuff like that. It's going to be a little spooky, not too spooky though, just a little spooky, just romantic, spooky, goth spooky. So here I am painting that IOD mold that is going to crown my pumpkin. Pumpkin! Well, this should be a pumpkin, not a pumpkin. But either way, however you like to call it. So here I am painting my OD mold, and now I'm going to take out my Cricut. Why, you ask? Because I need to create a stencil. Why, you ask? Because I want this to be a very special black pumpkin, not just any black pumpkin with a gold crown on it. I want it to reflect the dark academia aesthetic, which is very literary. So can you guess what word am I pulling out? What am I weeding out? There's an N. What am I weeding out? There you go. There you have it. It's nevermore. And one of the things I nevermore want to forget is those little doodads that are in, that sometimes don't get picked up by the transfer tape. This weeding. Oh my gosh, I don't know how people do with all those letters. Now, I think it was a wonderful idea to create my own stencil simply for this alone, that I could actually stick the stencil onto the pumpkin itself. Now, I will warn you, it will pull up some of the black paint. So whatever paint you have on your pumpkin, if you're going to put some lettering on it and you're going to use stencils using your Cricut, and that was a Cricut Joy that was given to me by a dear friend. And just make sure that you realize that you're going to have to touch it up with some paint or whatever. Did you check out my nails? My nails are a disaster because I just wanted to get these done. And even though these took me a couple of days, I didn't bother to fix up my nails in between. And I apologize. I really do. Just something that happened. And now for the reveal. Dun, 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 dun. Nevermore. Yes, that's what Rain would say. Nevermore would she be included in the making of pumpkins. But I think once she sees this, I think Rain will agree that it's gothic, it's beautiful. And again, here I am now. Here's another way to create your own little pumpkin stem. Pumpkin stem? Yeah, pumpkin stem. Look at how cute. So first I, tried to fit it in, and there's the crown. It's like a crown, it's like a wreath. And there I have the pumpkin stem. Pumpkin stem is now painted gold, and it is done. And there I put in a stanza from the poem, Nevermore. Isn't that cool? I really love it. Ooh, spooky. Ooh, pumpkin spice is always nice. Right you are. Nothing like crafting with some pumpkin spice latte. Now, I took a cylinder from the Dollar Tree. It's one of those cylindrical gift boxes. And I'm going to Mod Podge some of this wonderful white and black checkered print paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. And here I am just Mod Podging it on. And yes, it has a Mackenzie Childs feel. And if you don't know Victoria Mackenzie Childs, who was the original designer of the Mackenzie Childs style, I'm going to link her down below. She's lots of fun. Now, this is going to be a shelf sitter, so I needed to add some little arms. So I'm using some rope from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just gluing it onto the inside. Yes, I didn't use the top of this cylindrical box because I needed to add the arms, as you see I am doing right here. I have arms, yay! I'm so silly. Now I'm using this beautiful tool. Beautiful and glittery. If you don't like glittery, don't touch this tool because it'll be all over you. I'm also using this Harlequin black and orange ribbon from the Dollar Tree. Now, this is from my stash from last year. I have yet to see this in the stores this year. Hopefully I get to see it because I do need some more. I really, really like it. And what I'm creating is a little tulle skirt for my little shelf sitter. It's gonna be a little girl, making a little girly shelf sitter. Now this idea came to me last year actually when I was live, so I'm going to link the live version of this same tutorial so you can see the shelf sitters that I made last year. Now last year I made them out of toilet paper rolls because, well, that's all we had all over the place because we had a lot of toilet paper rolls. And here I am attaching the little skirt, little tutu, my little Halloween tutu, to my shelf sitter. And I also made rope legs for her. So there you have it. I just included little rope legs there. And I love that fabric. I really, really love that tool. next we get to create the cute little head that's going to go on top of my shelf sitter, or that's going to become my shelf sitter. And the first thing I did, of course, was paint it. And it's like a cream color, so just paint it with acrylic paint. I went over it twice, and now I'm penciling in its cute little, look at the cute little face. It's a cute little face. Tried to make it very vintage looking. Like if you look at like pumpkins back then, they had these little cutesy faces. It's almost like, you know, Raggedy Ann type of face, you know, except not as scary. Although in the end, it was a little creepy. You'll see. But here we go. Now I added this beautiful little, oh, look how cute. I added a little ruffle to the top of the neck and some pom-poms, some miniature pom-poms to the waistband. But I'm not too happy with the orange and black ribbon, believe it or not. Here I'm just adding the ruffle to the back end, or the back side of my little shelf sitter. But I do remedy that orange and black. I don't know, it was just too much geometrical shapes. I wish it was like dots or something. Like, see, the ruffle is made with dots, like these vintage looking kind of dots. But I do remedy that waistband by adding a bit of lace, and I think it turns out much better. Here I am just experimenting. You're supposed to play with it and figure out what you want to do. But I really do like the way the ruffle came out. Now I've just attached her head, so now she's happily attached. Yay! She's almost there. She's getting closer. I was thinking of putting a pumpkin in her hands, but and then I was like, oh my gosh, is that like a baby pumpkin head? I didn't know if she would like that or not. So yeah, so here I am, and I decided, well, I do like the black and orange harlequin, but not for the waistband. So I decided to make her a hat. And instead of going out and buying the paper that's already, you know, black and, I didn't see any black and orange harlequin paper. So here I just stamped myself some paper, because as crafters, that's what we do. If you can't find it, if you don't have it, just make it yourself. That's our motto, isn't it? So here I'm making a little cone. I didn't know if it was going to be a witch hat or not, but I thought it was appropriate. Then I took some branches from those black and orange Christmas trees to make some fringe. Oh, look at this. Like, do I put it this side? Do I put it that side? As I figure out how I'm going to glue this hat to my lovely little pumpkin head, I have to tell you, I was very blessed to receive a package from N Beads. Yes, N Beads. I will include a link to them below. I found some beautiful embellishments and I added them to this beautiful little pumpkin head and her little costume. So you'll see some cute little, what are they called? Gingham, black gingham bows that I included in this final reveal. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed 4 different ways of using these Dollar Tree pumpkins. And I hope you incorporate one or all of these into your own Halloween and fall decor this year. I want to thank you again for stopping by. And as always, stay safe, be kind. God bless each and every one of you. And remember to live the adventure. Please subscribe and I'll see you again very soon.